from Australia, Africa, South America, a lot from Europe, Asia, and there is also a large local MIT and Harvard contingents to tackle the greatest challenge human race has faced since walking out of Africa 70,000 years ago. The A in our conference title stands for action, which is how to scale up the clean energy technologies of today to terawatt scale in 2, 3 years, 5 years, so we can meet the global goal of cutting CO2 emission by 50% in 2040. The key word is global, things we have to support the rapid economic development everywhere on Earth. To achieve this requires deep commitment from everybody to solving practical problems, from technology developers to business people to politicians and society in general. The B in our conference title stands for baby or beyond 2040 technologies, which will be used to replace the less efficient part and dirtier part of our technologies after 2040. And these are technologies we have to nurture today so that they can reach the terawatt scale in 20 years. And for example, to achieve a fully closed material cycle, since pollution is not just carbon dioxide, it's a multidimensional vector. A good example is recycling of lithium-ion batteries for grid-scale energy storage. To solve these challenges, we have a most exciting program today and tomorrow. We have 4 plenary talks this morning, 7 topical keynote sessions, and 6 pre-recorded oral presentation sessions, and 2 e-poster sessions, as well as 2 expert interviews. So these are pre-recorded programs already linked in your PDF notebook, program book. So if you look at the schedule, this is the pandemic forced us to adapt this online format, which is the most carbon saving way anyhow. So we're practicing what we preach. And I think if done right, it can be even more interactive than the meeting we had last year. So in the attendee panels, you can see 3 buttons on the bottom. The Q&A button on the right is for you to ask questions to the speakers. So you don't need to raise hand, just directly typing, just click on this and it will be shown to the moderator and the speakers. The moderator will pick out your question, ask orally, and then the speaker will reply orally. So this is the moderated one. On the left, you'll see a chat button. This is unmoderated. So feel free to type in any information, relevant information or answers anytime. And on the rightmost, you can also select send to all panelists at attendees so everybody can see it. But you still need to be careful because everything is recorded. So you want to make sure the information that you type in, is meaningful and valuable. But otherwise, there is no moderation in this. And you can do both of this anytime during the talks. And you don't need to raise hand. So for both the people who ask questions by text or for speakers to answer, you don't need to raise hand. Just type in, and also for panelists to answer, just unmute yourself. Everybody is muted by default, but if our panelists needs to speak out, just unmute yourself. Also, everyone should have received this Slack invitation. So this is for us to keep in touch during and after the conference. And you notice that you have these sub-channels. So for each keynote, we have a sub-channel, as well as for the oral presentation sessions and down below for the e-poster. So for every program, we have a sub channel. So feel free to type in questions in the Slack channel and reach your community. And you should already have received the PDF program book. So all the oral presentations have already been uploaded to YouTube. So feel free to view these videos and putting your feedback to the presenter in the Slack sub-channel and engage actively with your community. So I think this is a nice feature. Please take advantage of this. And you can also organize after the meeting discussion sessions within your community with the Slack tool. We will have feedback. So if you have heard a good talk, please send your feedback to this email address, mitab2020 at appliedenergy.org, to give your comments on individual talks. We'll collect these, and we'll also interact with the session chairs. And we're going to recommend about 50 of the oral presentations and the e-posters as a special issue in the Applied Energy journal. And of course, these has to be peer reviewed, but we're going to take 50% of these. And also, we're going to have 5 best paper awards out of those papers. And we expect to announce those in December. So please take advantage of all these interactive features in the conference.